Hi guys! So I wanted to come on here and talk to you all about what we have chosen for our 5-year-old for her first grade curriculum homeschooling this year. We are starting first grade super early, and it's because whenever she did really well in kindergarten, like so well that it took her a minute and a half to complete a lesson, we just went ahead and did another lesson. It didn't overwhelm her. It seemed to challenge her just a little bit. And if we ever had a moment where one lesson was actually a challenge for her, we wouldn't do 2 lessons. We would just focus on that one and kind of just reiterate over and over what she was having trouble with. But yeah, she's done with kindergarten 3 months early, and we were not going to have a super long summer. I kind of honestly don't like the idea of summers for little ones just because they forget a lot, or you're doing a review all summer long anyway. So why not just go ahead and continue? One thing we have discovered for this year is AmblesideOnline.org. Oh my goodness, y'all. It is a completely free curriculum. The only thing you have to supplement is if you want something additional and your math. And I really like that. I really like that. Honestly though, the website's kind of hard to maneuver through. I don't know. I guess I'm just technology dumb or something. I don't know, but it was kind of hard for me. But one thing I did really like that I was able to find is how to print off their schedule. You have this sheet and then this sheet to go with it, and then several other. It breaks your year down week by week. It is it's awesome. But your daily work with them is your math, copy work, phonics or reading, all depending on where your child's at, foreign language. I'm sure you saw that we have some stuff marked out. I'm not doing foreign language with my 5-year-old. I just don't think she's ready for that yet. And then her weekly work to be broke up however you want to do it. I got some of these marked out so they're kind of hard to see. I can't even see that one. But one of them says recitation and geography. And nature study. We are doing a nature study. We are not doing recitation or geography because the language lessons that I just really like the idea of us adding in has a lot of recitation and memorization and all that, and which is awesome. So we're just gonna roll with that and not really focus on what they're doing. Then it also has, like, for art, a picture study, drawing, and handicrafts. Music, you have composer, folk song, and hymn, and then they've got some books wrote out for you to do a free read. And I'll get more into that, like everything they do, in just a moment. That's just kind of an idea of what you print out for them and what they have going. We use a lot of that, but we also use other stuff as well, just because I have done so much research on first grade and there's just a lot that I really thought my kiddo would enjoy. But this is what I printed out for myself, and I've got our daily work and our weekly work. For our daily work, starting off, first things first is calendar. Just so my kid has an idea of what the day is and what the weather's like, you know. And for me, I always go straight to look at my calendar every day just to see what's going on. But she had a lot of trouble in kindergarten with calendar, with the concept of days of the week, and if the 9th was on a Monday, why was the 16th on a Monday? Like, what? What do you mean? And so I ordered this big mama right here, and on Amazon, and it was $30, and I sincerely thought it was going to be this big just based off the picture. I should have looked at the dimensions, my bad. But I totally got my money's worth because she's big. But I love it. You can't even see the top, but it's got, you know, a slot for month and year, and, you know, all your little slots for this and today, yesterday, tomorrow, and the season, and what's today's weather. And it's even got 3 pockets down at the bottom that that have all the extras in it for holidays, or if you're gonna do a field trip, or, you know, stuff like that. It's really cool, and it's really helping her. It gives her something to touch and figure out. Then after calendar, we do Bible reading. We have a conversation about it, and we do kind of like a game with Ambleside. It kind of breaks it down. I don't know if you can see that, but that says Bible. And it's real easy. It's like, Genesis 1 verses 26 through 31, or just verse, chapter 2 verse 7. And just kind of talking about Adam and Eve is what was going on with that one. And we just get out our Bible and we read it, and I talk with her about the words she doesn't understand and what's going on and how we can apply that to our lives now. And she seems to really like it. I bought these on Amazon as well. One is a scripture memory game, and the other one is a Bible trivia game. And even though we do the easy side, some of it seems a little bit hard for her, and that's okay. It's just for fun. And some days we'll just print off a coloring page to go with it and just let her color for a little bit. After Bible, we do a library book on her reading level. Today was Too Many Cats by Lori Haskins Horan and illustrated by Joe Matthew. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly or not, but there it is. And she is on a level 1 reading book, and she really enjoyed this. And then after she reads to me, we go into math. This year we have chosen Horizons. We've heard it is very colorful and that it was very good. So we got it on the first grade level. And the very first lesson, I think, was a little bit of a review, just like, write 0 through 9. And I actually thought this connect the dots was like pretty intense, like it was all the way to 50, and I don't think she's really been used to that yet, but she knocked it out of the park. Like, it was good. And the next one was like on ordinal numbers, and that we did today was on sets, and like draw a set of 5 X's and count the number, and just different things like that. And so far it's going really well, and I really like the teacher's guide. It really breaks it down for me. It's one thing I love about homeschool curriculums. I had no idea that they really broke it down for mom, and it's so helpful because I do not have a teaching degree. And then for Ambleside, they had said that we needed to do copy work, and I found like an American history kind of copy work thing. It's called Draw Right Now, and this one is about the United States. And the idea is that they're supposed to draw this and then write these sentences, and it breaks down step by step how to draw it. And it has been so entertaining watching her try to draw these things. Like, it's so fun, and she's enjoying it. She loves to draw, loves it, and she's enjoying that very much so. But we got her like a little primary journal, again on Amazon. I've seen these at our Walmart before, but I don't know, it seems like every time I go back to get them, they're gone. So I'm like, forget it, I'm just going online. Her handwriting leaves a little bit to be desired, but yeah, that was her attempt at that one. And then we go into first language lessons for the well-trained mind. We're just starting with level 1. I could not get the full understanding if she was in more with her grade level, if it was supposed to be level 1 or level 2, but then I had a lovely homeschool mom on YouTube say, if you've not done the first book, the second book might be a little bit too challenging, so just go ahead and start with the first book. So that's what we're doing, and it's a lot. So far it's been a lot of recitation and memorization, and learning about grammar, like learning what nouns are and how that relates to her personally, like who's your mom, who's your grandma, stuff like that, and those common nouns. And then after first language lessons for the well-trained mind, we do some of the reading lists for Ambleside. For this week, we can break it up however we want to. If we want to do it all in one day, we could. We're not going to, but we could. And we have gotten all of our books for this. We're doing it week by week at the library. Local libraries awesome. I saw a meme the other day that said, I just want someone to love me as much as a homeschool kid loves the library. And it's totally true. But the books for this week are the Bible. And then for History and Tales is 50 Famous Stories. And one of them was Sword of Damocles. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But it was pretty intense. And then like for Natural History, the one for this week is Paddle to the Sea. And like Literature Tales, one is the Aesop, oh no, we're just reading the Aesop Fables, Wolf and Kid, Tortoise and Duck. We're also going into Parables of Nature, Just So stories, and then we've got A Child's Garden of Verses, and we read a poem a day. And they're not very long, at least not so far. The chapters, the stories, they're not very long. They're not just like making her sit there going, why is my mom's mouth still moving? Like she literally engages in them and enjoys them. They're like perfect for her reading level or understanding level. And then we go into our weekly work. Randomly once a week, we will do the picture study or the music composer or the folk song or the hymn. The picture study is very entertaining. You can just go right onto the website and it'll give you links on AmblesideOnline.org for your kids' grade level and kind of what they're doing in what term, and you can just click on the picture and just let your kid look at it. I don't know exactly what they recommend, but for my kiddo, I just let her look at it and just stare at it for a little bit and think and just kind of think about it, and then tell me what she sees, what she thinks is going on. And it was pretty entertaining. It was pretty entertaining. She, like, to me, it looked like, you know, like there was this big war going on between good and evil and all this stuff. And to her, it looked like there was a really bad storm that was pulling off this guy's robe because you saw his butt. And it was like an old painting from the 1600s. And she was really concerned because it looked like the horse at the bottom of the painting was dead. And she was very upset about it. Music composer, I can't remember who we did this week, but I didn't think she would enjoy it, and she ended up wanting to listen to it like 3 times and like pretend like she was doing her ballet, and she seemed to really enjoy it. And then today we did a folk song, and it was Camp Town Races, I think. It's like Oh Doo-Dah Day. I totally recognized it once it started playing, and she was just, you know, like all the kids were just like bouncing and enjoying it. And that's, you know, like, yeah, once a day. We haven't done our hymn yet. I don't totally know if church counts as hymn. I don't know how old they're going into the hymns, because a lot of the stuff with Ambleside is kind of old. The books are old. My library didn't even have a couple of the books because they are so old, and there was like no other library in our region that even had it. So I had to go online and find it online and just read it to her from the computer, which is totally doable, totally fine. If you have a Kindle, I'm sure that would be like so much easier. We just don't have one. But also in our weekly work on Mondays and Wednesdays, we do our nature study. Ambleside only recommends doing like nature study like once a week, but we want to do it twice a week because we have Nature Connection, an outdoor workbook for kids, families, and classrooms, and we are loving it. We've been focusing a lot this week on who lives beside you and making a list of what plants, animals, bugs, you know, stuff that she has seen in nature around her, the stuff that she's really noticed. She said she's noticed deer, rabbits, honeybees because they chased her. They didn't chase her. Flies, a squirrel, vines, trees, chicken poop because she saw it being spread on some fields while we went for a walk. And thorns. When we went to our family reunion this weekend, she saw some thorns on a tree, and she was sure to let the other kids know, don't touch it, it'll hurt you. So she wanted me to be sure to write that down. She noticed that in nature. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do drawing like Ambleside suggests. It's not just like drawing whatever you want. It's like observant drawing, picking something and really trying. So we got her a little sketch pad just for her. And she went outside and she said, I want to draw the trees and the grass. And I'm like, okay. 2 minutes later, she's like, I'm done. So I thought it was very sweet very sweet, and I'm hoping it gets a little more, a little more detailed as she gets a little older and stuff. But some stuff with Ambleside that we haven't started yet is like handicrafts. And it's not like just like normal Pinterest crafts, I guess you would say. It's supposed to be stuff that really enriches them and teaches them something, like how to sew, or I don't know, like how to make little clay vases, and stuff like that. Stuff that could be used and kind of grow them as a person when they get older, if that makes any sense. But yeah, that's our first grade curriculum. I hope it was helpful. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.